Hi, this is Ray with Lightroom Layouts, and in the first video we talked about how to install the templates for the Facebook timeline trial. So in this video we're going to talk about how to use them. This video is going to be in three parts. The first thing we'll talk about is a general overview of the templates. Second is some basic operation, and then finally we'll get into some more advanced things that you can do with the templates. Okay, so let's start with an overview of the template names. Over on the left, you'll see all the templates included in the Facebook timeline trial, and you see all these abbreviations, so I'm going to go through and explain what each of these mean. So here at the top, you'll see that CVR is short for cover photo. So all the templates you see with CVR, those are for timeline covers. The next one, pretty obvious, the profile picture. The next section is TU, and that is for timeline update. So these are the square sort of photos that will fit in the timeline. And then TUH is for highlighted timeline update. These are for the photos that span the whole width of the timeline. All right, so now that we know what these abbreviations mean and kind of the general categories of these templates, let's get into how to use them. Here we are in Lightroom, and I have some images here imported into this catalog that were shot by Kenny Kim. So I could just start here in the all photographs and just have these photos in this collection down here and just drag them into the timeline templates. But I find it a lot more easier and efficient to use the power of collections. So I'm going to show you an example of how to do that. So let's just pretend that I'm editing this session here, and as I go along, I'm pretty sure I can, pick out the ones that I think I want to use for either the blog or Facebook timeline. So let's start by creating a collection. Just click that button there and new collection, and let's call this Facebook. By the way, you can also do a new collection with this keyboard shortcut there. All right, so now that I have this Facebook collection created, I'm going to right click and select Set as Target Collection. So now what I can do as I'm going through culling or editing these photos, I can hit the B key and add this photo, add the selected photo to that collection. So I'm hitting the B key now, and you'll see it added that one photo there. So now if I go there, and let's just add this one and that one. So now when I go to the Facebook collection, it only has those photos in there. So a lot easier to make a collage starting from that than with, all of these. So now that I have this collection made, I can switch from the library module to the print module. You'll see in the template browser all the Lightroom Layouts templates that we installed. And so I have this first one selected, and this is a timeline cover and a one-up, which means it's just one photo. So you'll see we have a placeholder there, but then we also have another smaller one here. Now you're not really going to use this one, but this is just to let you know where the profile photo is going to overlap your timeline cover. So don't drag anything into there, and you can actually delete it once you're done. But I just wanted to give you an idea, because you don't want to do a timeline cover and then have the profile photo overlap something important. So to use this template, pretty simple. Just drag it in and drop it, and there we go. Let's try a 2-up. All right, so you'll see there that might kind of our profile photo is going to overlap our image there, but that's not too bad. And then we can just drag that there. And once we're done, we can click Print to File, and we can type in the name and save. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Okay, so there are some that have room for a background. So that just means that you'll drag photos into these spots, and then I've imported a texture that I'm going to use as a background. So that's a timeline cover that uses a background. I'll show you another one. This is a timeline update a highlighted timeline update. So we could just drag that there and drag that in the background, or we could drag this other texture. So that's a really easy way to add some dimension to your photographs, with a frame, or if you want, you can just do the one up and upload that. So that's the basic operation. So let's get into some other more advanced things you can do. So let's just say I drag one image there and the other one there, right? So if I hold down the Command key on the Mac, you'll see that I can move the photo around. So let's just say I want to crop this even more. What I suggest you do is to hit the G key to go back to the library module, or you can just click that up there, and then make a virtual copy. So now we're going to make our edits to this copy and not our original, because the original may be used in proofing and things like that, but for our layout we're going to use this copy. I use a lot of keyboard shortcuts in Lightroom, so I'm going to hit the R key to go to the develop module, and it automatically has the crop tool selected, and I'm just going to crop in on her like so. And let's do it like that. All right. So now if I go back to the print module, I just drag in the virtual copy, and it's a virtual copy because it's got that little corner there. Drag that in, and we have her a lot closer. So that's a quick way to enhance your layouts without messing with the original photo that you have. And so even let's just say if I wanted to do some effects on this, I hit the D key to go back to the develop module, and a really quick black and white is you can hit the V key. And so you'll notice if we go back to the print module, the edits that we made automatically show up. So this is really great. I mean, if you have two photos, you want to make a match or do some edits, you can have them in the layout and still go to the develop module and do whatever you want, and then come back to the print module and everything's there. All right, so now that I've shown you some basic operation there, let me show you how to use the identity plate. So now we're going to click identity plate to activate it. Now all the templates in the trial, they have an identity plate that's already set up, and it is configured to be in this lower right hand corner here. So what you want to do is go to the Lightroom menu and click identity plate setup. So I'm going to click use a graphical identity plate, and I'm going to drag in Kenny Kim's watermark that I've done here. This is a PNG file. So once that's there, so I already have his set up, but if you're doing yours from scratch, you can go down to save as, and then we'll just call this watermark and save. So then now you'll want to enable the watermark identity plate that you just created. You can set up, however many you want. You can save them, so then now you can switch, and I'll show you that in a second. So we'll make the main identity plate the one that we just created. So now this identity plate is there, and since the ID plate is white, it's not showing up with her white dress, so let me just drag another image there. Okay. So the templates are automatically configured to display the main identity plate. So whatever ID plate you have set up as the main one, that's what's going to show up by default with the templates. But you could switch it to other ones that you set up. For instance, I've set up one for the Drake Hotel, and now that shows up. I'll move it, here so we can see it a little better. All right, so with the watermark, you can move it around wherever you like. I have it set up to a size that I think would be appropriate, but you can make it larger. You can change the opacity. But out the box, I've kind of configured these with some settings that I think you'd probably want to use, so it's a good place to start. And so now I just select the identity plate, and there we go. So as long as your identity plate PNG is 200 pixels wide by 100 pixels tall, it'll work pretty well with the templates here. So that wraps up how to use the templates in the Facebook timeline trial. If you have any questions or need some support, just go to this URL listed here and we'll get you taken care of. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next training video where I show you how to get results with the Lightroom Layouts templates.